We all are individuals, right? We all are, we all have our own path. But one thing that we all can relate to, especially when you watch my videos, is that we all have similar, or we all have had similar experiences. We are currently going through these experiences. And an example, I'm going to tell you that we all have that one person, or two, or a group of people in our lives that are supposed to be the closest to us, and we thought that they may love us, and all they try to do is try to bring us down, sabotage what we got going on. But I'm here to let you know, these are signs that you should know, or you do know, that you just have to take into account, and to not waste any time around these people. It's very difficult because we call these people family, or supposed to be family, but they do want nothing but worse for us, if that makes sense. All right, so let's talk about it. Before I get into the video, let me introduce myself. This is Gene, your best friend, your new best friend, and I invite you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. All right, let's talk about it. Today we're going to talk about it. 6 signs your family is trying to sabotage your growth, your life, what you got going on. Now let's talk about it. Sign number 1, constant criticism and negativity. We all have that person, no matter what you do, no matter what you got going on, they're always trying to bring you down. They always trying to like bring up little things that you're doing, and why it's not going to work. And or also, like, you could say that they know that you got something going on, but at the same time they'll literally sit there and try to bring up what somebody else is doing, and then tell you why it's not going to work for you, when realistically they just don't want to see you grow. They just don't want to see you be better than them. All right. Number 2, disregard for boundaries and your feelings. You can have things that you're doing, and you just let them know, like, hey, man, I don't really like the way you come into my house, and you talking too loud. You're coming to my house, and you're taking everything that I got going on, and you just violating my space. And they'll just flat out just ignore what you got going on. They don't even care. They'll do it and do it and do it over again. And it's like, yo, I done told you to stop. Like, you know what I mean? Or they done said something to you to hurt your feelings, or try to be funny, and it's not funny. They kept on doing it after the many times you done told them, right? Number 3, blame game and lack of accountability. They could have did something, like, for example, right? You could have told them how you feel, you set boundaries, and then here they go trying to flip it out on you. They blaming you. Oh, you're the one who did this, you're the do that, and they don't want to take no accountability. You telling them how you feel, you let them know, like, yo, I don't really like the way you disrespecting me, the things that you're saying to me, and yo, you really need to, relax on that, because I don't really like it. And then they want to flip it out on you, to, oh, you're so sensitive. I was just only joking with you. That you need to check yourself. And they're making it look like that you're the worst person in the world, when realistically you're checking them for something that they did to you. Number 4, manipulation and emotional blackmail. Look, like I said, they'll try to flip it out on you, and they'll make it look like, okay, remember when you did this and you did that? Okay, if you do this and you do that, I'm gonna tell everybody that you took that candy and you ate it, and realistically it was for someone else, but that same person, trying to blame you for something that they caused. You know what I mean? And it's not right. For example, like an example, like, they could just be trying to flip everything out on you, and trying to make up certain things that you they ain't do, but they make it look like that you're the one that make it bigger than it is what you did, if that makes sense, right? Number 5, fostering dependence and limiting growth. This right here, they will do everything that they can do to make you, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm currently going through that right now, where no matter what, I do and how much I'm trying to do my life, I'm trying to mind my own business, I got that one person in my life, they just want to hit me up and just do everything for them. Literally sit there and ask you for a favor, and then realistically it's not a favor, it's just they want you to do it for them. Why they just go and just live their best life? And you question yourself, it's like, yo, that's not even fair. Like, yo, I take total accountability for my life. I'm very responsible, but yet you want to depend on me to do things that you can simply do for yourself. Or they gotten themselves into certain situations and then they want you to fix it, which you know is not fair. And then they got people around them that they could hit up, but they want you to help them. And then that's all they're doing is just limiting your growth. All they're doing is just, anything you got going on, you taking time out of your life and delaying what you got going on just to help them. And for them, they can go and do it themselves, but they want you to do it for them. And then last but not least, number 6, unreliable and unsupportive. Like I said, for the last one, right? They'll depend on you to do things for them, but realistically, when it's the other way around, they're nowhere to be found. You're calling them, they don't even pick up. They have more stories than a person. For example, I'm about to bring up something that's gonna be funny though, but let's forget about it. But they'll have more stories to tell you about why they can't do it, or they just can't do it, but yet you have to do what they have to do, right? For example, you need to borrow some money, but you're always there when they need you, and you're always vice versa. You're always giving them money. You're always lending them something. A lot of times you're not looking for the money back, right? Because they family, right? But they want to take your money, or they delay the process of getting money, or they delay the process of giving you money, right? Or they take everything what you got going on. And then when you hit them up and say, hey, you need some support, for example, about anything, they don't want to support you. They'll come up with an excuse why they don't want to do it. I had that happen to me before, where I had a family member just told me flat out, straight up, like they don't want to do it. I had my business and I wanted to do like a little small video when I first started. Oh, I don't want to do it. But these are the same people, right? For example, for number 5, when they needed me to come pick them up at the airport or come and pick them up at a different city, I'm supposed to just stop everything what I'm doing to come and do it for them, right? You need them to, for a reference, or they can't do it. I had that happen to me. I'm being honest with you. I had that happen to me, and it's all right. But where I'm going with this is just the end, right? For number 6, right? Unsupportive, they're not reliable, but vice versa, they want you to do it, right? To help them. And like I said, long story short, you going through any of those or just those, I'm sure they got other examples, and you can drop it down in the comment section too. I definitely, like, for other people, for other subscribers, other people could catch up on it, or they're currently going through it. You going through to people like that, you have people that in your life. I don't even care if it's family. I don't even care if it's that longtime friend where you guys grew up and you guys were 5 years old. And for some people are very lucky. They grown up with people when they were babies, and you have family, you got the friends, and until this day, they got each other's back. But for some of us, and for most of us, especially in this world, we're going through this. This is one of the reasons why I say we are individuals, but we have similar experiences, or the same experiences. So that's why I said we could relate to each other. You have people that in your life, I don't even care if they're family, like I said, cut them off. Cut them off. All they're doing is stopping your growth. All they're doing is just stopping you and delaying what you got going on. And 9 times out of 10, they see your progress. They see your growth. They see everything that you got going on. They see that you're working on your healing. But yet, they'll do all these things in purpose just to stop you what you got going on. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had somebody that did something to me, the other day. And I asked this person, I said, yo, why is it that you always asking me for stuff? You always asking me to do this and do that, and I got things that I'm doing. I'm barely around. Oh, they came up with some type of excuse and brung up that, okay, you're around this time, and it's like they know every schedule, everything that I got going on, just so I can do something that they're supposed to be doing, if that makes sense. And like I said, using my own experience and using my own advice, definitely taking my own advice. Cut those people off. When you are able to cut those people off, you're going to be able to, when you're free, cut those people off, because they're not going to do anything but just bring you down. They're not going to do anything, they're just delaying everything that you got going on, and they're just doing that on purpose just so that they can do what they want to do, and then for you to just be in the same place where you are, so they can benefit off of you. It's either your time, your resources, your energy, your light, and then they enjoy you struggling. They enjoy you being in the position that you are in now, just so they can be able to do what they want to do. And don't get me wrong, I'm gonna tell you this before I go. And those people have a price to pay. And the way they could pay their price, when you stop letting them have access to you, and they're gonna have no choice to be able to work to get their karma, and they're gonna have to eat it up. All right, but if this video makes sense to you and you like this video, I invite you guys to please like, share, and subscribe to your best friend, your new best friend. And also in the description below and the comment pinned to the top, keep up with the latest luxury styles and trends at gorgeous271.com. All right, so again, these are the 6 signs your family's trying to sabotage what you got going on, and don't take this lightly. All right, peace.